Hello, friends, and happy Tuesday. I hope that you're having a great week so far. Welcome to today's live level up conversation. Whether you tuning in live or catching me on replay, I'm so thrilled to have you join us today. Happy Tuesday. Let's dive right in.
Welcome to Level Up with Winnie Sun. Market update. Speed round. Award-winning financial pro. And now, get ready. I present to you Level Up with Winnie Sun.
Hi, friends. I'm Winnie Sun, your host today, a Forbes contributor and CNBC Council member. And I'm here and excited to be joining you as we are going live on many different social media platforms. So definitely jump in, say hello. I already see a lot of friends. I see Facebook, LinkedIn. Wow, I see a lot of you on YouTube as well. Thanks so much for making the time. Let's get started and dive right in and tell you how the market's doing. Now, we're not quite closed yet, but we're getting there. Currently, the Dow is up 84 points. Nasdaq is up 144 points, and the S&P 500 is also up 18. So green across the board, green meaning everything's up, right? The S&P 500 and the Dow now have both extended now their winning streak to 6 sessions. And since it's almost about to close here, I think we're going to have another positive conclusion today. This is a development that hasn't been seen since June and July of this year. So we'll definitely take it. Many market analysts and economists have been really watching closely the recent rally we've been having. And really, this is sort of the best week we've had on all three indices, the NAS, the Dow, and the S&P 500 in all of 2023. So we were just hoping that it kind of holds up. I would love to see it go into Thanksgiving, but all good things sometimes come to an end. So just prepare for that, just in case. Now, as we know, last month was a pretty challenging month with the S&P 500 entering correction territory, but certainly, and in terms of the stock market, at least, we're certainly seeing a lot of optimism and excitement because of some of the news that's come out from the Federal Reserve, and of course, some of the unemployment data that's come in that has shown to be actually positive for the stock market. But not everything has been positive. And one of the big stories this week has been coming out of WeWork. Now, I don't know if you've ever visited a WeWork facility or location. I've had the chance to visit many locations. In fact, WeWork headquarters in New York, and many locations here in Los Angeles and Orange County, and even in different states. And if you've ever been to them, they're absolutely beautiful places to work. When you go in, there people are really, really polite. You have an incredible beverage, coffee bar. The workplaces are beautiful. They have different locations that you can rent, different office spaces, conference rooms that have state of the art technology. And like people just like to go there and hang out and mingle. And they're saying, like, you just accidentally meet new people and you could potentially do business with them. So it was a really, really popular thing for a very long time. In fact, WeWork was valued at $47 billion. I believe this is in 2019. I'm not sure, but it was valued at $47 billion at some point. Well, unfortunately, it has just announced that they are now, we're very sorry for your loss. Unfortunately, they're filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in New Jersey's federal court. Now, this bankruptcy filing is going to be limited to just WeWork's US and Canadian locations, with reported liabilities ranging from between 10 and $50 billion. Crazy, I know. In fact, there's WeWork locations across the globe, not just in the US and Canada. In fact, WeWork CEO David Tolley has already expressed gratitude for the support of their financial stakeholders. And he's saying that they definitely are focused on recapitalizing their structure and getting things back to being strong once again. But as you know, WeWork suffered significantly, and this wasn't just them. I mean, many corporate business office buildings right now across the United States still sit relatively vacant. In fact, I just had a discussion with a very good friend of mine, John Tran, commercial real estate super powerhouse. At his company, and he was just telling me when a lot of properties continue to stay relatively vacant, and the reason that is because, as you know, the pandemic certainly didn't help things. Many companies have terminated leases, and there's been a lot of economic challenges because some clients or businesses completely just stopped working, and startup business have failed. And a lot of times in WeWork, because their headquarters, I mean, their different locations are so beautiful, but they're also very conducive to smaller or just starting up businesses because you don't have to take on large amounts of space, right? You can still have something really beautiful, easy to use, great technology, great internet, without devoting yourself to a certain amount of square footage, and it's just an easy formula. But because of the pandemic, a lot of people now like to work from home, or they don't just want to be around other people that, I don't know, maybe they don't know who they're going to be sitting next to each and every day. So this sort of formation of like shared workspace, I guess, has really taken a hit. In fact, former CEO of WeWork, Adam Newman, has also agreed that this is sort of the right strategy and for the team to just reorg. And they're hoping that this can lead WeWork to a much more successful future or next step. So unfortunately, sad to hear. Hopefully, it turns out well. But I will tell you, from my standpoint, I mean, I talk to my team, I talk to people from all walks of life who work at different companies, and the consensus is there's a lot of what they like about working with their coworkers in their workspaces, but there's a lot that they like also from working from home. And so a lot of businesses, small businesses in particular too, are saying, well, do we need the overhead, right? Do we need to have designated office or meeting space? Or can it be, maybe instead of all getting together in a conference room somewhere, maybe they all get together in a coffee shop or a restaurant, and then the rest of the work is done from home. I'm hearing that a lot. So I would love to see your take on it. Agree, disagree? Are you surprised by the week work news? To be honest with you, I'm not totally surprised because I did feel like they had just so much growth so quickly, so many locations. And if you've ever been into location, you can tell it wasn't cheap to put together. We're talking like really, really beautiful locations like that. It was pretty impressive. Yeah. And Stephanie is saying that they closed my location. I'm sorry, Stephanie. Where is your location? You want to share with us? Oh, we work in Hollywood. Yeah, I know. There's so many beautiful shared working spaces in Hollywood, right? I mean, I've met several, I can't say who they are, but I've met several uh really smart people in Hollywood and Los Angeles area and beautiful shared working spaces. And yeah, this is different pointing here. And I want to say a big welcome to Vicky Garvey on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. And I see a lot of you joining us on Facebook and LinkedIn and YouTube as well. Thank you so much for being here. And don't be shy, jump in and say hello. All right. So, my next story, I think, well, I really want to get your take on this. I really wholeheartedly would love to see you like or you don't like. Are you confused or surprised? What do you think about this? All right. Elon Musk, never a boring day when Elon Musk makes the news. He has introduced, let's just say it could be a PG 13 plus 16, 18 rated AI tool. Well, would you like to meet it? Maybe. I guess it depends on what you ask this new AI tool, right? So Elon Musk has introduced Grok, which is a new, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm calling Grok, could it be Grok, but Grok, a new AI chatbot from XAI, which provides, you know, real time knowledge from, get this, your tweets. That's right. I don't even know if it's still called tweets, right? Because he took Twitter and changed it to X. Do we still call it tweets? Because I feel like tweets came from Twitter. I don't know. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. But Grok, I'm gonna call it Grok, is designed to answer, well, your what they call spicy questions. This is coming in a similar voice and tone and style of communication as the one and only Elon Musk, is what they're saying. They're saying that Grok gives you answers that are funny, that are witty, and maybe even a little, you know, R-rated, maybe. That's what people using it have been saying. So this aims to create AI tools that they are saying are going to be useful to people with diverse backgrounds and diverse political feelings, opinions, views. So Elon has put this together with his team, challenging the concept of artificial intelligence being overly woke or politically correct. What do you think about that? An AI tool that is more spicy, that's more adventuresome in their answers, more direct, and not worrying so much about being politically correct. Like it or don't like it. Love to see what you think about that. Yeah, so I see Vicky is saying, here we go again. And Stephanie was saying, yeah, the WeWork on La Brea. Yes, and she was saying on I agree, Stephanie. I heard that too. WeWork prices were high. And so, it just was one area where people wanted to save money on, right? All right. So let's continue on this story though, because I want to hear your feelings about Grok. So this is a new chatbot that has been rolled out to limited users, and it's going to be available to all X or Twitter Premium Plus subscribers for, get this, a whopping $16 a month. So that's definitely more expensive to ChatGPT. But I guess you have to be so unhappy that ChatGPT is so more woke or controlled in their answers and not being like too offensive to want to go to Grok. So Grok's responses can be, they say, vulgar, witty, and timely, catering to those very unique AI assistant experience seekers. So if you're looking for something a little bit more, I guess, spicy, different, then ChatGPT, maybe Grok is for you. So the name Grok is inspired for the guidebook in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and means to, get this, to understand profoundly and intuitively. So from technical perspective, it's being reported that Grok 1 is sort of comparable to other large language models in its class, but they're also saying that it sort of lags behind the ChatGPT 4 that you may be familiar with from OpenAI and some other platforms as well. And Elon is warning that there's going to be a lot of risk associated with powerful large language models, and this I guess their take and impact on things like jobs, work, society, and whole. So Grok's launch now is going to they're going to continue with what we saw with ChatGPT and OpenAI and all the other companies in committing to reducing harmful content and AI responses. So yeah. Yeah. So Vicky is saying, wow, spicy chatbot. Haha. Yeah. Yeah. That's that. I feel like Elon, like one thing at a time, maybe try to make Twitter or slash X a little bit better. I see a lot of power users who are on Twitter for years. In fact, some of my very good friends who really were all in, like helping people, teaching people like how to use Twitter to its full capacity, they've actually jumped ship. I feel like you should spend some time fixing it, maybe going back to some of the things that people liked about Twitter and making a better place before adding more things like Grok. Just my 2 cents. Not that it would really matter. Like I don't think he would really listen to me, but if he is listening to me, that's my take. And feel free to pick up the phone, call me, and I love to give you an idea of how you can make Twitter better. All right. So next things next, I want to talk to you about the next story I found, which I thought was pretty interesting, is Wonder Food Delivery. Have you heard of Wonder Food Delivery? I haven't, and you might not have either. Well, food delivery startup Wonder Group has just secured a nice big check from its new, I guess, partner, if you will, business partner, $100 million big investment from the one and only Nestle, the Nestle which you know and love that makes chocolate and maybe other um, yummy treats to expand its high-tech kitchen equipment. This is for Wonder Group and prepared ingredients business. Now, this new partnership is targeted for businesses, and they really want to like uphill business for hotels and hospitals and sporting arenas where, they may not have the typical kitchen setup, and it's just a different way of getting food. So this deal will also include a strategic partnership, but those terms we don't know quite yet. So we're going to wait to hear from that. But Wonder Group, which was founded by former Walmart e-commerce chief Mark Lohr, focuses on providing these high quality meals at home for you and I, busy families, right? But the company recently acquired a company called Blue Apron, which you probably heard of. It's a meal kit company. They bought Blue Apron for $103 million dollars, and they have since then developed this what they call innovative kitchen equipment for restaurant quality cooking. I will tell you, I haven't seen what this looks like. So after this show, I'm actually going to Google it because I'm really curious about what this looks like. But Nestle is obviously a major food and beverage company that you're familiar with, but they really see the potential for, I guess, their Italian area, a pizza and pasta tailored for Wonder's kitchen equipment and selling this equipment to its many clients. So looks interesting. But they're planning to expand to locations in the tri-state area and just become more versatile and becoming like that super app for mealtime, which just gives us even more options to get our food to our table. This is a trend I know that like a few years ago we didn't think it would become this big, and I think the pandemic certainly spurred on making this bigger. But the whole idea of having food delivered, I mean, this is not something new. I remember being a kid and Pizza Hut would deliver, but now so many other choices beyond just pizza. But seems like a really, really big trend where we want to get our food quickly delivered to us. We don't even want to get in the car and drive over and do this. And, we don't even want to sit in restaurants and enjoy fine dining. And the whole quick service restaurants also a really big thing. And even groceries, having that delivered. It just seems like everything is about convenience so that you can maximize whatever it is that you do each and every day. So that is definitely the trend we're continuing to see, but we'll see. It's a pretty big investment on the side of Nestle. Hope it works out for both parties. But yeah, really, it's interesting how things are changing so quickly, right? Just like we knew that things were getting delivered, but are we translating that to more productivity and more creativity and doing other things that we love to do? I don't know. But here's a story that I thought was interesting, and I love to share this with you. And this is called, I'm titling this story, The Power of Optimism. This is actually something I read on CNBC article by Morgan Housel, talking about how to balance optimism and pessimism, and how you have to be smart about how you do this to be successful in any field or industry. So he writes that, it may seem like these are conflicting mindsets, but he did research on the one and only Bill Gates. And he says if you break down Bill Gates' personality and his style, there's a lot that we can learn from this to be successful in our own walks of life, our own, types of work. And he says Bill Gates exemplifies this skill. He says he always keeps enough cash in the bank to survive for 12 months with no revenue, right? So you plan for the just in case. And then even in his very fast world of technology, you just have to be really smart about your money. And I guess having money saved aside, could that be considered pessimism? But he said that Bill Gates understood the importance of being pessimistic enough to survive the short run while maintaining optimism for long term success. Meaning that, yes, we think long term we're going to be okay, but things might take longer to work themselves out. So you want to be what he calls a rational optimist. Raise your hand if you're a rational optimist. I feel like I am, but I'll have to ask my husband, but I think so. So this is where you acknowledge challenges in life and you know there's going to be setbacks, but you're also really optimistic that eventually things will work themselves out. And now this is in any field, he says. He says this can be in finance, it could be in your own relationship, in your career, that you need to have the ability to navigate these short-term disappointments or bumps in the road and be able to persevere for long-term growth. That this is the secret to success. So you want to save your money like a pessimist and invest like an optimist. I feel like that's the best way to end the show. I love that. I love that. Okay, so the market's about to close, not quite close there. We got 5 more minutes to go. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that I'll continue to end on a positive note so we can talk more about it. The Dow is currently up 43 points. The Nasdaq is up 111 points. Yes. And the S&P 500 is currently up 8 points as well. So Stephanie says, I said Grok White. Thank you so much. And yes, Stephanie says she is a rational optimist. I love that. All right. So Grok it is. I don't know. I feel like I need to test out the Grok just to try it. Maybe they'll let us have a free trial and I can report back. But it seems like what I've been reading about it, I don't know if it's for me, to be honest with you. But I'm pretty happy with ChatGPT. It works. And I like how like lately, well, I don't know. Well, it just works. And with that, I want to say a huge thank you to all of you for tuning in and sharing this show. Wow, it's been incredible. I see many of you sharing the show, tagging me on it. Huge thank you, of course, Stephanie for doing that, and Vicky for doing that. Go ahead and share this on social media, tag at Winnie's Son, and so I can properly thank you on a future show. And thank you, Stephanie, for being here today and being supportive on our show. I love it, love it, love it. If you found value in this video, go ahead and give that a like and subscribe. And of course, you can find full episodes of Love Up with yours truly on NASDAQ, Amazon Fire, Samsung, LG, Roku, and many other streaming platforms. And of course, if you want to do a deeper dive on other insightful content, make sure to check out Yes Factor with Winnie's Son on Apple Podcasts and the LinkedIn Podcast Network. Thank you so much, my friends. It is amazing to be here with you. And I'll see you again this week. I think I'll actually probably see you tomorrow, right? So take care and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now.